you know, these are their last memories that they get to have this last season. You know, you think as a freshman, like, gosh, you know, it's going to take forever. It goes by so fast. You can ask the seniors. Standing in front of you is a team that won 31 games. They went to the Elite Eight with the defending ACC champions. You have another top 10 recruiting class coming in.
I'm majoring in kinesiology, and Maryland has like one of the top 5 in like the nation in that department.
My major is broadcast journalism. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I want to be famous. I want to be on TV. It doesn't even have to be ESPN. Like, I wouldn't mind doing weather or even my own talk show. I want, when I'm walking around, I want people to just be able to say like, oh my gosh, that's Chloe Pavlech, you know. If it's for basketball, great. If it's because I have my TV show, you know, even better. If it's for both, hey, I don't blame them.
Well, where I'm from is the country, and growing up, my dad hunted. So, like, I was always curious, so I got my hunting license.
Squirrel hunting.
I mean, they make fun of me for hunting and stuff, but hey, if we need to eat, I got food.
I do have to say though, if I was stranded on an island or in a forest, if I had to choose anyone, I would choose Tierney. I believe she is the most resourceful, and because she's not afraid to get her hands dirty, I think those are the best qualities and able to survive.
Well, I came to the Duke game last year here when Alyssa had the big block at the end.
They swing it around, left corner, shot blocked away! The shot by Peters, blocked by Thomas, buzzer sounds, ball game is over!
And I was already committed when that happened, but just like to see that kind of like fire and passion from them to like just always want to win and be all like just the whole entire time they just wanted to win, they weren't going to give up. And I watched on television, I watched the UNC game when they were down and they came back, and I just like loved that, like they just never gave up.
I would have to say the reason why I came to Maryland because it was my dream school. 2, because out of all the places I visited, there's no place else, I would think, but Maryland. Like, Maryland is the school, and you know, it's a great program with great traditions.
And like a main thing when I was being recruited was being comfortable and like a family atmosphere.
Hey, what I love seeing right now from you is like just how active you're being. I mean, you're being active around the rim. I mean, you're really putting yourself in a position, I mean, in the drill, like just offensively, defensively, making plays. That's a great job.
Because I was really close to my family and I wanted that still.
Can't wait to see you. Welcome. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
The family atmosphere, like, it was family. Like, the girls, they're like sisters. Coaching staffs, it's all a family. It's all open door. Like, you can go to them and talk about anything.
Tierney was here, Malina, you were on the
So, like, you didn't have that worry about wondering, is this who they are? Are they just acting like this so they get you to come here? But I didn't sense the fakeness in the team, so I just, like, the family atmosphere played a huge role.
You know, for our 3 freshmen, that was something that really separated us from other programs out there, was the fact that they were recruited, you know, knowing how much we wanted them to be a part of our family environment and be a part of this program. And I think the great thing for the freshmen is they understood it in the recruiting process, but when you get to come live it and you get to be a part of it, you know, as hard as it is to be a freshman and be away from your own family, you know, to have that extension and really feel it in a college environment, I think is really special.
I know as soon as Brenda Freeze offered me, originally I had told her, before she offered me, I told her like, no, like I'm gonna wait as long as I can to commit, like probably not till my senior year, but when she offered me as a sophomore, I was like, nope, I'm going here.
I like the thumbs up. I like the thumbs up. We really are family. You know, we were actually scrimmaging our scout team, getting prepared for the season, and you know, I can remember it clearly. Actually, the first ACL that I've ever actually witnessed. Brene was able to get it, you know, she was in the scrimmage and got a great steal, was ahead of the pack, you know, I mean, nobody was around her, went to do a 1-2 step to be able to go score the ball in for a layup, and you could absolutely see that knee tweak, and she crumbled to the floor.
Well, when it was happening, I was trailing right behind her, and I saw her go down, and I was just hoping she might have sprained her ankle or something, just like lost her footing, maybe slipped on something. But by telling by her face, I knew it was a little bit more serious.
You know, obviously Brene's reaction, I really felt like she knew, you know, I mean, having done it already one time on the previous knee, you know, her teammates came to her side right away. Alyssa was the first one there trying to really help her with her composure in that moment. But, you know, definitely, you know, disappointing for Brene, disappointed for our team. You know, Brene put in so much hard work in this off season. But, you know, like we've said all season, you know, the adversity is what makes the team stronger, and I know this team is going to rally behind and you know, do some terrific things for Brene this season.
I just knew everyone was kind of like, you know, you don't know yet, you got to look at the results, don't overreact, bones, everything's going to be okay, and all that type of stuff. But I knew, you know, I know my body, I know what, you know, it just didn't feel right. And even if it wasn't the ACL, it was something saying, I need to slow down, I need to take care of my body, I need to, you know, I need to look at it. I went to the back, and then I took a shower, and by the time I took my shower, it swelled up, and I knew it from then. I was like, okay, it's my ACL. I just wanted to I think that was something I just wanted to deal with by myself. So, I mean, once I, you know, was able to, you know, come to grips with what was, you know, reality, you know, the team came in, the coaches came in, they came in there, and, you know, they made sure that they had my back, and, you know, that they were there for me, and after that, I was good.
Trying to get my flexibility back, so we're just trying to get motion all back before I have my surgery.
Increase her range of motion and decrease swelling so that she can go into surgery. Because if you go in with no swelling and good motion, you come out. It helps with the recovery right afterwards.
I think I took it worse than she did. She's been a really great sport about it, but for me, it just hurts because I've been waiting a year to play with her, and she's such a great point guard. She's such a good person. You never want to see that happen to your teammates.
I was questioning a lot of things, like why does that have to happen to me, all that type of stuff. But once I got past all that, I was back to being myself. So I just knew I got a task at hand. I just got to attack it now. I think it's adversity. It's just like if I was on the court. You know, if you make a turnover, you got to get back on defense. You know, so I got an injury now. I got to get back and get myself back to where I need to be at for next season. So, I mean, my teammates, they all support me, and they know what they got to do, and they're handling their business. So I'm not even worried about them. My coach has been supporting me 100%. So I'm just, you know, trying to keep my head on straight and working towards what I got to do to get back.
Well, you know, the point guard is kind of the you know, main part of your team that really is the extension of the head coach, you know, really is the player that makes your team run. This injury with Brene actually puts, you know, a lot more, you know, time with our perimeter players.
Good. Nice shot.
There's, you know, there's going to be extended minutes on the floor. And, you know, when you look at an experience factor for Laurin and Katie Rutan.
We've been waiting for a year for this. We've been roommates, and we still are roommates, so we have a really good connection on and off the court. So, I mean, I can't wait to play with her. She's such a great player overall, and she just makes me better.
I'm making sure she's camera ready.
Yeah, camera ready.
Okay. Wait, can you get down to my level? No, bend your legs.
Okay.
There we go. Here. Yeah.
Me and Katie have had a great chemistry since she got here.
Okay.
Is it all good, Katie?
She's good. She's camera ready.
We go shoot late night all the time. Even when she didn't get to play last year, we were in the gym, you know, working and to get better on our game. And I think the transition from, you know, point guard into her playing this year is going to be really good.
5 seconds. 5 seconds. 42.
We all compete in everything we do, so with the push-ups, I mean, you just want to push yourself to the next limit. What we talked about in the summer was being able to do one more every time. So not just doing what you can do and like saving energy, it's like you give it all every time. So that's what we do both on the court, in the weight room, and whatever we're doing. That's not suspect. That's hurt. That's really hurt.
I'm not frustrated. I think it's what you make of it. I'm not going to sit here and pout and cry and be frustrated about it. You know, I can't hold my head down too long because I got bigger things to look forward to. So I'm just, you know, being here for my teammates and then making sure, you know, I can get myself and be healthy as much as I can for next year. I'm about to read to you, I would say, just my letter to anyone that was concerned about me after I got hurt. Anyone from my family to my friends to any Terp fans to anybody that supports Maryland's women's basketball or this team. So it was just my way of just giving my, I don't even know how to explain it. I just think it was my way of expressing my thoughts on the whole situation. Second punch. Initially writing this, I questioned if making a blog was necessary, but I think it's important that anyone who is interested understands that I am mentally, spiritually, and emotionally doing great. The past few days, I've received several phone calls, voicemails, emails, and text messages from a lot of people, and I just want to stress how thankful I am to be surrounded by such amazing people. What I found interesting about any love or support I received from anyone was the amount of sympathy and regret some people have for me. I think people are taking this harder than I am, but I just look at how much I grew my last surgery. I'm ready to attack the task at hand. A lot of people feel sorry for me, and honestly, I did the same when it first happened. I gave myself all of Sunday to forget out all my tears, frustration, and anger. I asked myself the typical why me questions, and at a point I wondered if I could do this again. I knew I was going to have to fight this obstacle in front of me, but to an extent I've been fighting my whole life. I know how far I've come and I refuse to give up now, especially when I know I have so much to look forward to. I know this may sound a little weird in a way, but I'm kind of excited because I thought I'd already been through enough in my life, and I guess God is saying I have so much more to learn. I already know I'm going to struggle and have my days, but I'm going to see if I can decrease those days more than I did my last ACL surgery. I've cried my tears, got out all my frustration, and now it's time to move forward. I'm focused on getting my body back and helping my team get another ACC championship. I may not be on the court, but I sure will be on the bench acting a complete fool. I appreciate all the love and support from my family, friends, and Terp Nation. I am redshirting my sophomore year, but I will be back next year ready to go. If you think this team is a point guard sure, you are sadly mistaken. What makes this team so special is our reaction to adversity, and I can't imagine being surrounded by a better group of women. You can go ahead and doubt this team if you want, but I guarantee you will regret it. We have been getting it done all summer, preseason, and I'm excited to see them get it done this season. Regardless of who is on the court, we are going to compete, and in my opinion, with our relentless work ethic, positions on the floor don't matter. I wrote this to show everyone that I really am in a good place. I know it's a lot to take in, but my grandma always taught me not to hang my head. The things I can control, I will control, and the rest will be left in God's hands. I know what is in front of me, and now I have to have enough fight and willpower to get it done. I call this chapter in my life courage.
Tonight's going to be a fun night, all right? You know, and especially I'm talking about the ceremony to start the game. When you get your bling bling, okay? You have to understand what it symbolizes, okay? For last team, when you look at last season, what it symbolized was all the hard work, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Congratulations. The discipline it took to be able to go win 31 games and go get an ACC title.
This is real. This is real life. This is beautiful.
That's what the bling bling represents.
It's nice. It's real nice. It's big. But I like the ring. I want to show it off.
This is my daughter's ring. Associate head coach Tina Langley.
Oh gosh, she just brought it to us a few minutes ago. I think she's a little proud of it. I'll put it on.
Yeah, the girls work so hard, so. But you know, we tell our girls all the time that, you know, you are where you are because of your parents, and I'm the same. I'm where I am because of my parents.
You got to understand that. And for the younger people in this locker room, you're going to learn it, okay? You're going to learn it. And that's why we brought you here,
What's tough about freshman first game? I'd have to say the nerves and like the confidence level going out from the scrimmages, and then like pushing, like the tempo.
Come on, Tierney! Love Tierney, post Tierney! Oh!
So the first game, your like nerves are going and just getting into the groove.
How did she miss that layup?
And like the speed of the game.
Felt that coming.
Yeah. Tierney's learning this is not high school.
Well, the difference between a senior in high school is like you're a veteran on the team, and then being a freshman in college, you're the rookie, so you have to relearn everything in like the program, and it's like baby steps to get there. But I think the freshmen on this team have gotten everything together and are playing very, very well.
I feel like a rookie most when I ask questions.
I thought matchup zone I go with her, or no?
No, you're from here.
And then when she gives me the really obvious answer that I probably could have thought of myself.
She's got a lot of work to do in the zone.
And then I feel a little dumb and I was like, oh, freshman problems. Well, when I was coming down the court, I had already kind of touched the ball to pick up my dribble. And I actually think if I would have kept dribbling, the ref would have let it go. But I just like turned around and I gave him the ball before he could even blow the whistle. But Coach B just looked at me and was like, hey.
Like that last turnover you had, don't show it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might miss the call.
Don't necessarily tell on yourself. Just keep playing. Maybe the ref won't notice. And the ref kind of laughed to himself because he knew that she was right. But, you know, luckily she's pretty understanding with that, and she likes the fact that I'm just trying to get better.
Late in the second half, when I had a special moment on the bench with Alyssa and Tiana, and you know, just kind of reminiscing, you know, obviously of, you know, their days back when they were a freshman. But, you know, I was saying the same thing about you guys back, you know, 2 or 3 years ago too, so, you know. I know I was about Tiana.
She's all serious.
But, you know, you just got to love their effort and their enthusiasm, their pleasers, and they want to, you know, help and perform in any way possible. Good hustle!
I think they're doing really well. We've got a phenomenal group of freshmen. I think that the upperclassmen are doing a great job of talking to them and helping them through the process and helping them learn, you know, kind of what's expected, and knowing that it is a process and they're going to get there. They're fantastic players and people.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to get you got to either take a charge or you got to go get it. They've split you 3 times now. We got to help our freshmen out, and as soon as we can move them along quicker, you know, and they can perform at a higher level, the more it's going to benefit this team.
I'm Phil Fabrizio. I'm a still photographer. I'm shooting for Under the Shell. And it's a new season. There are new faces, and there's new opportunities out there to photograph. I'm going to take a couple opportunities here to show you a little bit about what I've captured so far in the season. First off, I'd like to start out with a photo that I really enjoy. It's one from Media Day. I took a photo as they were preparing to have a complete team photo. The reason why I like this one is that it's almost like a pyramid. Starting from the right to the left, you can see in profile everybody's smiling face. Everybody's got a smile. They're showing me the white teeth, but in particular, it becomes in focus as Brenda has just turned slightly towards my camera, and she's got this big grin on her face. Makes that whole picture because you can see that everybody's having a good time. Great shot, right to left, bringing it in focus. Brenda's right there in the center of the photo. The setup of this shot it's like a classroom. You come as a student athlete to the university and is always teaching moments. And in this instance, if you take a real look, there's about 5 different interviews going on in here. You can see the microphone in the middle of the thing. You can see Brenda in the background. But in this instance, it's public speaking. It's learning how to deal with the media. This is an actual classroom right here. It's a fun classroom at the moment, but they're learning. And this is a learning situation right here. I love that photo, the way it's set up. Number 22, freshman from Williamsport, PA, is Tierney Pfirman. The reason why I like this photo so much is that the ball sits right between all the banners. And Is it futuristic to think that perhaps she will have a role in her next 4 years to help adding not only a banner or two to it, maybe her own banner to it? So I kind of look at this and says, in that void where that ball is, perhaps there's room for one of her banners that she can help contribute. This next photo is a photo of Brene Moseley, and she suffered an ACL injury during the practice prior to the beginning of the season. And here you can see of the very lonely moment that Brene is walking towards the locker room. It's just one of those capture shots that shows that the recovery process is indeed one that you must struggle through on yourself, and that she looks like she's going to do the best she can to try to capture that. I hope, Brene, I hope you don't mind that one shot, but it does show that you're struggling and you're trying to get through this. Part of this year, I'll be taking a look at fashion on the court. I took this opportunity during Media Day to bring all the ladies together, including the coach, and I asked them just to show me their shoes. So I turned the photo from color to black and white, and then went back in and recolorized the shoelaces as well as parts of the floor. I hope you enjoyed some of these photos. I look forward to bringing some more photos out to you as the season progresses. For Under the Shell, this is Phil Fabrizio.